Good morning. Now I am going to discuss about fiber optic types, types of fiber optics and propagation of light. Okay. Last class I already discussed about introduction part of optical fiber communication system. In introduction part, I discussed about block diagram of optical fiber communication system. Okay, na? And basic introduction of optical fiber communication system is completed in last class. Today, now I am going to discuss about optical fiber communication types and propagation of light propagation or light propagation. Next, here, optical fiber cables. First of all, before I am going to the optical fiber types, first now I am going to discuss about optical fiber cable. Types of optical fiber designs first. Optical fiber cables are designed in different ways to solve different applications. More protection is provided to the optical fiber by the cable, which has the fiber strength member inside and outer covering called a jacket. Okay. Now here there are two types of designs are there. Here, now I am going to discuss about there are the two types of designs of optical fibers. First one single fiber cable and next one multi-fiber cable. What is single fiber cable and what is multi-fiber cable? In single fiber cable, we have to transmit a light ray, only single light ray from the particular optical cable. Okay, na? We have to transmit from the transmitter to the receiver. We have to transmit only single optical light through the optical fiber. Here, this is structure of single optical fiber cable. Here, there are core is there, this is cladding is there, this is a protective jacket. Here in this core silica fiber is there and fiber cladding is there. Here this is buffer. Buffer means if that is a combination of inner jacket and outer jacket. This is Kevlar is there. Inner jacket, this is outer jacket. Around the fiber, a tough buffer jacket of Hytrel is used. Around the fiber here, this Kevlar is used. Why? Because to protect the fiber from the damage. Okay, na? That's why the Kevlar we are using. Here, the buffer jacket protect the fiber from the moisture and absorption. The strength member is arranged around the buffer jacket in order to provide the necessary toughness and tensile strength. Okay, na? The strength may be provided by the steel wire, polymer film, nylon yarn, Kevlar yarn. To protect the strength, here to protect the strength, we are using the polymer film or the nylon. Most of the cases we are using in optical fiber communication system. Here in a fiber optic, the Kevlar yarn we are using. Okay, na? To maintain the particular strength. Then the fiber cable is covered by a heteral outer jacket. Okay, because of this arrangement, fiber cable will not get damaged during the bending, folding, rolling, pulling, during the transportation, and when we are installing the particular optical fiber, here installation process. When we are installing, installation process are also here we have to protect it by using this heteral outer jacket. The single fiber cable is used only indoor application. The limitations of the single optical fibers are very limited applications. Okay, because of only one ray we have to transmitting from the transmitter to the receiver. Next, a multi-cable optical fiber. In multi-cable optical fiber, it indicates that multiple cables are inbuilt of one optical cable. Inbuilt of here, this is one optical cable, optical cable. This is one optical cable. This one optical cable. One optical cable. Here, like this, here there are 6 optical rays are at a time we have to transmit it from the transmitter to the receiver. That means more than one cable is there, that is a combination of the more than one optical cable is there, that is nothing but multiple optical cable. Okay, na? In this multiple optical cable design is important here. Multiple cable consisting of a number of fibers in a single jacket. Okay, na? The number of fibers are there in a single jacket. Each fiber carries a light independently. The cross-sectional view here, this is the cross-sectional view. Okay, na? Here in this cross-sectional view here, what is the what are the what are the here in these multiple cables, yeah, it contains six optical cables. Okay, na? 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 optical cables. Okay, fiber strands, and has a insulated steel cable at the center of the providing tensile strength. Here this is insulated steel strength member. Why we are using this? It has a insulated steel cable at the center of the providing tensile strength maintaining purpose. We are using this insulated steel cable. Each optic fiber strand consists of a core surrounded by the cladding. Okay, na? Core surrounded by the cladding, which has in turn coated with the insulated jacket. Okay, the fiber are the individually buffered and strengthened. Six insulated copper wires are distributed in the space between the fiber. They are used for electrical transmission. Six insulated copper wires. Six insulated copper wires. These are the six insulated optical here. Copper wires are generally we are using here. What is that? Here, six insulated copper wires are distributed in the space between the fiber. They are used for electrical transmission if required. The assembly is fitted within a corrugated aluminum strip which acts as the shield. The polyethylene jacket is applied over the tap. Okay, a polyethylene jacket we are applying over the tap. This is over this jacket, a polyethylene jacket is there to protect this optical fiber. Okay, next. Actually, this optical fiber, it's working on the basic principle of total internal reflection. It's working on the basic principle of total internal reflection. What is total internal reflection? Here, a medium having a lower refractive index is called rare medium, while a medium having higher refractive index is known as denser medium. Okay, we know that. What is total internal reflection? Here, when a ray of light passes from the denser medium to the rarer medium, it is bent away from the normal in the rare medium. Here, this is denser medium, this is rarer medium. Here, now I am transmitting my incident ray. Here this is my incident ray with an angle of theta I, or incident angle I. Incident ray, the refractive index of incident ray, that is mu1 or n1. Here the refracted ray, here this refracted ray move away from this normal or the surface, away from this surface. The angle is, that is theta r or r. Here the refractive index of denser, here rarer medium is mu2 or n2. This is practical. Here this is normal surface. Okay, na? Here first case, what is this first case? When a ray of light passes from the denser medium to the rarer medium, it is bent away from the normal to the rare medium according to the Snell's law. What is Snell's law? Here, from this, by seeing of this, from here we have to write a Snell's law. N1 theta 1, that is equal to N2 sin theta 2, or N1 sin theta I, that is equal to N2 sin theta 2. Here N1 means, or mu1 sin theta 1 is equal to mu2 sin theta 2, or mu1 sin theta I is equal to mu2 sin theta r. Okay, according from using Snell's law. Sin theta 1, here mu1 sin theta 1 is equal to mu2 sin theta 2. From this sin theta 2, now I can written as mu1 by mu2, or else that is n1 by n2 sin theta 2, where theta 1 is the angle of incidence of the light in the denser medium, and theta 2 is the angle of refraction in the rare medium. Clear? Next. Here there are three cases are there. When first case, when theta 1 incident angle, if it is incident angle is less than critical angle theta c, here theta c, this is nothing but theta c, here this is, here theta c is there, this is theta c, critical angle theta c. Okay, now if it is theta 1 incident angle is less than theta c, the ray refracts into the rare medium, refracts into the rare medium. The second case, if it is my incident angle is equal to critical angle, the ray just to grazes the interface of the rare to the rare to the denser medium. That means here second case, the ray it goes to the this surface, goes to this surface, that is at this place the angle is there, that is 90 degrees, that is nothing but critical angle. Okay now, next third one, if theta 1 greater than theta c, if it is theta 1 is incident angle is greater than theta c, the ray is refracted back to the denser medium, that is nothing but according to this condition only our optical fiber is working. Okay na? If it is theta 1 is greater than theta c, the ray of refracted back to the denser medium. That means here my ray is there, this is the same medium or the denser medium only. Whatever the incident ray is there, we are giving here, here the same ray is refracted to the same medium. Okay na? This is nothing but if it is, that is the total internal reflection. Okay. Now this condition, the phenomena in which the light is totally reflected from the denser to rare medium boundary is known as total internal reflection. The rays that experience total internal reflection obey the laws of reflection. Therefore, critical angle can be determined from Snell's law. Critical angle can be determined from Snell's law. Okay. Next, how we are calculating the Snell's law critical angle, I will discuss now here. When theta 1 is equal incident angle, that is the theta 1 is equal theta c, critical angle theta 2, where the theta 2 is equal 90 degrees. Here this is theta 2, theta 1 or theta 2, here the critical angle is 90 degrees. Okay, from this, from the equation mu 1 sin theta 1 is equal, that is nothing but theta c, mu 2 that is equal to 90, mu 2 that is equal to theta 2, that is theta 2 is equal to 90. Here theta sin 90 that is equal to 1. From this sin theta c is equal mu 2 by mu 1. Okay na? From this theta c is equal sin inverse of mu 2 by mu 1 or n2 by n1. Okay na? That is nothing but a critical angle. When the rare medium is air, mu 2 is equal to 1, and rearrange writing for the mu 1 is equal to mu, we get sin theta c or theta c is equal sin inverse of 1 by mu or 1 by n. Whatever we have to place here, n1 and n2 or mu1 and mu2, we can write here in equation also mu1 mu2. Here I can place here there mu1 mu2. That's why I here the expression is 1 by n only, mu only. Okay, this is critical angle. Next, now I am going to discuss about here. The next one is, the next topic is propagation light through optical fiber. Propagation light through an optical fiber. The diameter of an optical fiber is very small. We know that we cannot use bigger light source for the launching light beam into it. Therefore, LED, laser light emitting diode and laser diodes are the optical sources used in fiber optics. In case of the small sized sources, a focusing lens has to be concentrate the beam onto the fiber core. Here that's why we are to using a focusing lenses has to be used to concentrate the beam onto the particular optical fiber within the optical fiber core only. Okay, next, here like this here. To perform the total internal reflection condition, our within the light within this core only. Okay. Okay na? For this times our internal reflection theta c critical angle is, that is nothing but sin theta c is equal to n2 by n1, or theta c is equal to under sin inverse of n2 by n1. Here now I can place here core medium is n1, cladding medium is n2. Okay na? Core medium is n1, cladding medium is n2, and the medium of outer here air, that is equal to n0. Okay, from this now I can derive this critical angle. Next, light propagate as an electronic wave through an optical fiber. However, light propagation through an optical fiber can be understood by the basic of ray theory. From this light propagation, actually we have to understand by using this ray theory. According to the ray model or the ray theory, light rays entering the fiber strike the core at different angles. When we are passing any rays through the optical fiber core, it strikes the optical fiber core with different angles. Okay na? As an refractive index of the cladding is less than that of the core. Always the refractive index of the core, always greater than the cladding refractive index. That nothing but here the refractive index of the cladding is less than the core. Majority of the rays undergoes total internal reflection. If it is the condition is satisfied, then only the total internal reflection is going on that particular core. Okay na? The total internal reflection at the interface and the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incident at each cases. Angle of reflection, that is not equal to the theta I, is equal to theta r. Then only the total reflection is occurred. Next, such each reflection is in total internal reflection. There is no loss of light energy, and light conveys itself within the core during the propagation. That means if it is theta I is equal to r, incident angle is equal to refracted angle, is equal to refracted angle, theta I, that is nothing but here theta I is equal to theta r, then total internal reflection is there. Okay na? That is. Yeah. There is no loss of light energy, and light conveys itself within the core during the propagation. Because of negligible loss during the total internal reflection, optical fiber can carry the light waves over long distances. Thus, optical fibers acts essentially as a wave guide, and it often called light guide or light pipe. At the exit end of the fiber is received by a photo detector. Okay na? Exit end, that means at the receiver side we have to place the receiver optical receiver, and that receiver actually I already discovered in receiver part. Photo detector is there, the amplifier is there, and reconstruction filter or the reconstruction signal is there. Okay na? Photo detector. From the total internal reflection at the fiber wall, following two conditions must be satisfied. There are two conditions, it must be satisfied. I already discussed this one. The refractive index of the core material N1 must be slightly greater than the cladding N2. First case, the refractive index of the core is slightly greater than this refractive index of the cladding. At the core cladding interface, the angle of the incident theta between the ray and the normal to the interface must be greater than the critical angle theta c. That is nothing but theta c is equal n2 by n1. Okay, n2 by n1. Next, critical angle. Now I am going to discuss about what is critical angle. Here this is actually Now I am passing a light ray. This is my light ray from this core here. When it is passes to the with an angle theta, okay na, this one, this angle is theta, it goes to the within the core, and after the total internal reflection it backs to the within the core itself only, okay na. Here this is the core, this is medium, middle of the medium, okay, this is core and this is cladding, okay. This is nothing but if I am applying one more ray, the same angle with the above this theta, that is not, you can form here one cone, that is nothing but acceptance cone. Acceptance angle means nothing but, what is the acceptance angle? The maximum angle of the incident ray where the total internal reflection is occurred, that angle is nothing but acceptance angle. The maximum angle, or the maximum angle, that is nothing to get the total internal reflection of the particular our incident ray, that is nothing but our acceptance angle. Consider step index optical fiber, which light is launched at the end, and the end at which the light enters the fiber is called launching end. Here in step index fiber, the refractive index changes from core to cladding. Now we can consider two rays entering the fiber at two different angles of incidence. The ray shown by the broken line is incident of the angle theta 2. Here broken line is there, incident angle is, that is nothing but here the theta 2, this is theta 2, okay na, with respect to the axis of the fiber. This ray undergoes refraction at a point on the A interface between air and core. The ray refracts into the fiber at an angle theta 1. Theta 1 is less than theta 2. Theta 1 is always less than theta 2. Here condition where, now the first condition, now consider the ray shows the solid line. The solid line means, where is this solid line? This is solid line, okay na. If it is, this is solid line, this, if it is, this is dotted line, is the ray away from the cladding. It is, we are not concentrating on this ray, we are concentrating on the solid line only, then only the total internal reflection, here total internal reflection is there. Now consider the ray shown by the solid line. The ray incident angle, the incident at an angle theta undergoes refraction at point A on the interface and propagates at an angle theta c in the fiber. At point B on the core cladding interface, that ray undergoes to the total internal reflection since n1 greater than n2. Let us, from this we have to calculate the theta c or the pi c, that is sin inverse of n1, n2 by n1. Here from this we have to calculate it. What is this? Total internal reflection, the total critical angle and total internal reflection. The derivation part of the critical angle, acceptance angle, I will discuss in next class. With this, now I am closing my today's session. Okay, thank you.